I have with me the Civil Aviation Minister, Mr. Praful Patel, really the man of the moment. I know that you've tried to avoid the media as much as you could, but we've chased you down. Thanks very much for talking to NDTV. Sir, this strike, it barely lasted a day. The employees, as soon as they realized that you're going to take a tough decision, they said that they will return to work. Yet you went ahead and you as in Air India management went ahead and sacked 15 employees. 13 have been suspended. Why now? Why after they have said that they will return back to work?
See, it's a very irresponsible action of the employees, whoever did it. I'm not saying all employees have not done their duty, but whoever did it are absolutely responsible. You have a tragedy in your family. It's an Air India family. You've lost 158 people. Country is mourning. This is the time for the whole family to stand in solidarity. And what is the issue? That an Air India plane got diverted to Mangalore on the day of the tragedy to carry the relatives of the dead, to carry coffins for the dead. And just because there is no aircraft maintenance engineer for transit check in Mangalore, the Air India management, with the approval of the DGCA, goes and gets a Kingfisher engineer to certify that flight. I mean, this is absolutely absurd and I cannot understand. I mean, this is inhuman. And this is the kind of action. I'm sure the country is watching that this is not the time to take these kind of irresponsible decisions. And compounded with the fact that Air India has a lot to redeem its prestige because of this incident and otherwise, you have probably an ironic case of day before yesterday, the highest number of passengers in the history of Air India ever flying. The next day you go on a strike. And again, for what? Simply the management is asking your union that please do not go to the media and complain and run down the image of the airline. That's all, only a show cause notice, and you completely flash strike, bring the airline and the passengers, thousands of them on a summer holiday rush, when all flights are full in the country. You want to inconvenience the passengers. Ultimately, who runs an airline? The passenger flies and therefore the airline runs.
On that note, you said that this was summer rush and yet employees struck work. This takes me back to a strike that happened just a few months back, if I'm not wrong, September 2009. And there also the airline was bracing up for the tourist season, the Puja vacation. The pilots went on strike. They went on TV. They gave live interviews. You did not act against any of them. And you, for 4 days, this chaos was playing out at airport after airport. The government kept mum. And it seemed to me, as an aviation reporter, that you buckled under pressure. What has changed now since September 2009 and May 2010?
Well, nothing has changed. Only thing is that, you see, it can't be a pattern. You can see one time certain thing happening. I'm not saying it's pardonable, but at the same time, I mean, there is always a question of conciliation. After all, an airline is not complete without its employees. And therefore, it's not necessary to be confrontationist on a daily basis. But at the same time, I mean, if a pattern emerges and everybody starts behaving irresponsibility at any given time, I think there has to be certain, the management will have to do whatever it's necessary. And that's why all we told the management today is that you are free to take whatever action you deem fit. We don't decide the course of action. It's not our job to run the airline or to manage the unions or to take disciplinary action. That's not our job.
Tuba.com